Hello everyone, good afternoon. Am I audible? Am I audible to everyone? So from today we are starting the XAT marathon. I think all of you know about that. So this is the first live session. We had an application class yesterday, and here I'll be taking algebra. Then you have data interpretation class in the afternoon. I think all of you know that, right? So make the full use of it. We'll be doing like this, like tomorrow there'll be arithmetic, again a DI, and so on. Like for the next 3 days we'll be doing this. All right, so in front of you, you can see the first question. It is from sequences and series, arithmetic progression question is there, and try to answer it. So you will be given, depending on the difficulty level of question, 1 or 2 minutes, and then I will be discussing the solution with you all. So come up with your answers for the first question that is visible on the board. Hello Satyansh. People who are watching me on YouTube, come up with your answers. If there is someone watching on YouTube and hasn't subscribed to the channel, they cannot send the messages. There is some kind of setting on YouTube, I think. So subscribe and then you can start sending the messages. We have close to 40 people watching here, but only 7, 10 have answered. The first question I would say is a bit easy, not much to do here. So it says if A, B, C, D, E, F are in AP, then E minus Z is equal to what? As they're in AP, they might be having the common differences. E minus C should be equal to what? So there are multiple ways to solve this question. First of all, I would give you the conventional approach which people do, and then I will tell you how to solve it without using your pen and or paper. Okay, ready for that? Both the ways I'll be discussing. So the series can be written as A and B can be written as A plus D, where D is the common difference, and then we have C would be equal to A plus 2D, then we have A plus 3D, isn't it? Where A is the common difference. So this is the conventional approach. How many of you solved it by using this one? Like as we can see, E minus C, if I subtract, E minus C would be equal to A and A get cancelled, and I'm left with 2D. And then if you look at the options, and then, so how many of you solved it this way? By checking each of the options and then coming up to the correct answer. The answer is, of course, option D, twice D minus C. Now tell me how many of you did it this way? I'm asking how many of you did it this way? Pratiksha did this way. Okay. So this is the, I would say, approach number 1. First approach is this. Now, let us talk about one more approach. This is in AP. So, see, the best part about this question is this is in form of variables. There are no constants given over here. A, B, C, D, E are all variables, so we can assume any kind of AP. So let me assume the simplest AP, that is the natural numbers. So here we have 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have just assumed it. Any problem here? No problem, right? So I can assume any kind of AP. Simplest AP is the sum of the natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this is A, this is B, C, D, E, and F. What is E minus C? 5 minus 3 is what? Is 2. Is that clear? Is that clear? So if I look at all the options have 2 in common. 2 in common. So basically what I want 2 multiplied by 1. Is that right? E minus C is 2, which is actually double of 1. And in all the options we have 2 common, we just require 1. So 1 we'll be getting when we will be choosing consecutive terms, isn't it? The consecutive terms. C and A are consecutive? No. D and B? No. F and D? No. D and C? Yes. So we'll go with D. Is that clear? How many of you did it this way? People on YouTube and people on Facebook, just tell me. Beautiful way this is. So in the first case, if let's say you took 1 minute here, you'll be taking hardly 20 seconds, not more than that. This is second approach. Now, another approach comes to my mind, approach number 3. In third approach, we won't be using pen at all. And this way, we'll be solving it within 5 seconds. Okay. Got to do nothing. E and C. E and C. How far are E and C? They are alternate, isn't it? They're not consecutive. They are alternate. Like D comes in between. Right? E and C are alternate. So difference between 2 alternate terms in an AP would be double of the difference between 2 consecutive terms. Do you get it? I'll repeat. Difference between 2 alternate terms in an AP would be double of that of difference between 2 consecutive terms. Is that clear? E and C are alternate terms. We need double of consecutive terms. That is only in option D. We just mark it within 5 seconds and get the answer. So this is the third approach. Which approach do you like the best? People on YouTube and people on Facebook, just tell me which approach you like the most and how many of you did it by using this, the third approach. This is something which will save a lot of time. Coming to question number 2. So I am giving you a minute and a half and then I'll come up with the answers. कैसे किया ये बताओ, कौन सा अच्छा लगा ये बताओ. Great. Let's come to this question. I have not given the options here. In XAT there will be options, but I haven't given, so because the answer will be in form of a constant term, not a variable. Ronit has come up with his answers. He says it's 11. Okay. Ronit, let's wait for a few more answers. Ayush says 6. Wow. So we have 2 options here. 11, 6, 11, 6. Are you making a series? Ritvik says 20. Okay. Just wait for a minute, 1 minute more. People are coming up with their answers. But still the pre-CAT lectures have started. All right. So a lot of people are coming with two kind of answers, 6 and 11. Let's see how to do that. So sum of n terms is given as Sn is given as 3n square plus 2n. Now what does that mean? If I put n as 1, I'll get sum of one term, and sum of one term is nothing but first term itself, isn't it? Sum of one term will be first term only. So if I put 1 here, I'll get 3 plus 2, 5. 3 into 1 square plus 2 into 1. If I put 2, what do I get? 3 into 2 square plus 2 into 2. 3 4s are 12 plus 4 is 16. Now look at this. So as I said, the sum of first term would be the first term itself, like this can be written as T1, and sum of two terms will be actually be T1 plus T2, sum of two terms. So first term is 5 and sum of two terms is 16, that means the second term will be 11. Is that clear? We do not need to find out the third term, and here it's simple that 6 is the common difference, isn't it? But it can be a reverse series also. So the answer can be minus 6 also. We'll come up with plus 6 or minus 6. This has to be the answer. Most of you must have thought that 16 is the second term, and that is why you must have put 11 as the answer, isn't it? Ronit, why are you laughing? Clear? So those who marked 11 must have realized their mistakes. Cool. So this is the kind of silly mistake that people commit. So just beware of that and look at, is it sum or is it the term? Coming to third question. Find the number of integral values satisfying this. Exactly. Very good, Ayan. ये series decreasing कभी हो ही नहीं सकती. The answer would only be 6. Now, no one actually looked at that. Ayan, well done. Very good. See, the thing is, like someone mentioned, 6 plus 6 or minus 6 both are possible, but no. Here we have sum of first terms is given as this value. You know, so it is always an increasing series. This is positive, isn't it? This is positive. So it's always an increasing series. In fact, the options were plus 6, minus 6, both of them, none of them, and one more option was there. The answer is plus 6 only. Ayan, well done. I think Ayan deserves an applause for that. Kushal will be having us at VA or C Marathon also. Alright, so I hope all of you understood this, that this will always be an increasing series. Because sum would be ever increasing. Got it, everyone? Well, so most of you have got 2 as the answer for this third question. Now tell me that what are those 2 values? The class has become very, less interactive. Nobody's interacting. Like what Ayan said must be, cared for. All right, so let's try to solve this question. We have here x square plus 3x plus 2 is given as mod of x minus 2. So it can be either positive or negative. This will be equal to either x minus 2 or 2 minus x. Pratiksha, you're not answering any question. What happened? All right, so we have 2 equations to solve. One is this one, other is this one. So if I solve them, if I solve the first one, it becomes x square, x comes here, becomes plus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. Or if I solve this one, this becomes x square plus 4x is equal to 0. These 2 equations we have. Now if you look at this, here they're asking integral values. Now let me calculate the discriminant of this. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. If I calculate the discriminant, b is 2, a is 1 and c is 4. So here you get a negative value. When discriminant is negative, what does it mean? When the discriminant is negative, I think Pratiksha, you must have taken time for this one. No, you try to solve. But whenever, so there is a learning over here, a take home thing over here, that whenever you get a quadratic equation to solve in questions like, first of all, try to check the discriminant. Discriminant is negative. What does that mean? When discriminant is negative, it means it doesn't have any real roots. The roots are imaginary. So of course this is not under consideration. We need integral values. If I look at this, this will be nothing but x multiplied by x plus 4 equal to 0. So I can say x is either 0 or minus 4. So we have 2 integral values. Clear? Great. These are very little things, very silly things where people can commit mistake. Coming to the next question. Find the number of non-negative integral values satisfying this equation. Pratisha, yes, I kind of know that, at which step people can get stuck, but XAT is just 4 days away. These sessions are very important. Do not miss them. For this question, you have 3 minutes. This will take some time. the answer. Yash got 2. Some people have got x is equal to 2. Some have got x is equal to 14. Okay. So let's try and solve it. To solve such questions and to avoid any kind of mistake, we must solve it from outside in. So first of all, we'll be solving the modulus which are outside. So if I write it like this, 2x minus mod of 3x minus 6, and I'm removing the outer mod, the first mod. So this will be equal to 8 or minus 8. In just one line, I'm trying to solve everything. This is clear? Now, what does that mean? This means mod of 3x minus, look at this carefully, mod of 3x minus 6 would be equal to 2x minus 8, 2x minus 8 or 2x plus 8. Is that right? Is that right? Clear? This step is clear to everyone? Similarly, I need to remove this mod. When I remove this mod, what happens? So, see, when I remove the first mod, I got 2 values. When I remove the second mod, I'll get 4 values. So, 3x minus 6 would be equal to 2x minus 8. Now, we have 2 values here. Or 8 minus 2x. I hope this is clear. Similarly, here also we'll get 2 values. It will be 2x plus 8 or minus 2x minus 8. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? So this is how, like I've seen people, they fill the entire page and try to solve the 4 equations. But here I am solving all the 4 equations simultaneously just by putting or in between. All right. So if I solve the first one, now look at this, I'll use another color. I'm solving these two. So 3x minus 2x, I get x over here. All right, and this goes here, this becomes minus 2. Is that clear? X is equal to minus 2 by solving the first two. Okay, I'll again change the color. Now I'm solving these two. 3x, so this becomes 5x will be equal to 14. So x will be equal to 14 upon 5, isn't it? Again, I'll change the color. Let me take green. Now I'm solving these two. So what do I get here? X will be equal to 14. This looks like our answer. And the last one, which color to choose? I'll choose purple. So if I solve these two, what do I get? 5x will be equal to minus 2. Or I can say x is equal to minus, what is happening? Minus 2 by 5. Isn't it? So if you look at the question again, the question says number of non-negative integral values. What is non-negative integral values? The values which are either 0 or positive. So out of all of them, and moreover it should be integral. This is not possible because this is a negative number. Minus 2 by 5 is also a negative fraction. This one is a fraction, so not we need integral values. Only this is the possibility, so we get 1 as the answer. Is that clear, everyone? So this is how we can save some time, because this is a long question. If we do it this way, you will be doing it in within a minute. All right. So Dhiman, I think it was, you wrote x equal 2. It was actually minus 2. All right. So let's move to the next question now. This is a mixed algebra, so different concepts, all the concepts have been included in one session, and we are going by the same logic. Let's try to do this one. A, B, C, D are 4 positive real numbers such that, okay, this is given. What is the maximum possible sum of A, B, C, and D? Ronit, yeah, minus 2 isn't satisfying. That's why minus 2 is not counted. Only one solution is counted. It is 14. All right, Ronit. There's a query on YouTube. I was answering that, Ronit. It's not for the Facebook query. And I must say, isn't it? This is a very easy question. Now, I want to tell you something about this question. So, just understand this thing. What is given? A square plus B square plus C square plus D square is given as 100. And we need to find the maximum possible sum. So, we need to find the maximum possible value of this expression, isn't it? This question is easy, but this question depends on a very interesting concept of algebra as well as geometry. Algebra as well as geometry. Isn't it? Okay, I'll tell you how. So look at this interesting concept. Now tell me what. This is second order, isn't it? Second degree. The power of the variables is 2. So this expression is second degree and this expression is first degree. Yes or no? Tell me. Isn't it? Is that right? Right. So whenever we have something like this, what does it mean? What does it mean? It means that we need to break these values as close as possible. As close as possible. So how can we break that? We break it as 25 each. We break it as 25 each. Perfect. So when we break it 25 each, so everything is 25. It's a perfect square. We are so lucky that we got something is a perfect square. 25, the square root is 5. So just put 5 over here and we get 20 as the answer. All of you have done that. Very good. So coming to the next question. This one. So being equal is the closest possible, isn't it? There can be values which are not equal, but they can be as close as possible. That is also uh, uh, a probability, right? So this one, let's try and solve this. This is an easy question, I would say. Minimum value of a plus b plus c if a into b into c is 60. Again, what you do, the same thing that we did earlier, as close as possible. All right. Moreover, if people get confused here, so I'll just try to show you something. A, B, and C, and here we have A multiplied by B multiplied by C, and I'll just write, okay, A plus B plus C we have here. ABC is already given as equal to 60. So if you try to break it, see what I'm doing. If I'm putting it as 160, then I'm getting 62. So when they're as far as possible, we'll be getting the maximum value. And here, if I make it, as close as possible. For example, if I make it 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 10, what do I get now? I get 15. So if you look at the pattern, what is happening? As the values are coming close to each other, we are getting minimum sum. One more. 3 4s are 12, 5s are 60, isn't it? 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 12. Now, if you look at this, we can never be more closer than this. Is there a Dipanjan? I think Dipanjan has solved it. Shruti, you got that? Okay. So look at this. Is this clear to everyone? We can never be more closer than 3, 4, and 5. That is very much possible. Okay. What if positive integer condition was not given? Here we have the positive integer condition. अगर वो नहीं होता, तब आंसर क्या होता? So my question is, what if this positive integer condition was not given? In that case, what would we have done? As close as possible. Avigyan says -6. Khushbu says -61. -61 and -60, the answer that you're getting, how are you getting those answers? What have you done for -61? -61 तो आएगा ही नहीं, है ना? I think what you might have done is this: 1, -1 and -60. यही लिया होगा. So 1 and -1 cancel each other. So you get -60. Right? Minimum is -60. Very good. Well done, guys. चलो ये भी हो सकता है, क्या पता क्वेश्चन ऐसा आ जाए. Now coming to the next question. Find the minimum value of 4a square plus 9b square if a plus 3b is equal to 10. So here I am giving you like 2 minutes. Try to solve this one. People on YouTube, very good. Today I feel that on YouTube people are very active, more active than those on Facebook. Happened first time. Cat अब Z बहुत नज़दीक है इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा होगा. चलो ये वाला करते हैं. You have 2 minutes for this. Answers. Yash says 100, Raghav says 85, Ronit says 85, Ritvik says 16. Ritvik 16 कैसे आ गया? Wow, so most of them are going with 85. On YouTube, what is it? Curious narrator, I don't know your name, please tell me your name once. Curious narrator, you got 85 also. Satvik, what's your answer? Harshita says 100. Harshita, if people have come to 85, probably 85 has to be the answer. Sanjit says 80. Wow. Ritvik said 16. Ritvik, how come 16? Chalo, let's try to solve this question. You know what? I played a little trick with you guys in this question. A little trick. And all of you would really be feeling bad if I say 85 is not the correct answer. यश IMABC बैच शुरू होता है जुलाई के टाइम पे. Just talk this out with someone from the sales team. The thing over here is integer or positive values of whatever is not mentioned. It can be a fraction also. It can be a fraction as well, isn't it? Always keep in mind what is mentioned. This algebra marathon is something like, I know that all of you have gone through everything, you know all the concepts, you know a lot of things, but the problem is still you commit mistakes which you must have committed in CAT. Do not repeat the same mistake in XAT. Sometimes you tend to forget that what kind of values we have to take. It can be a fraction. That is a possibility, yes or no? यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. देखो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, सम पीपल हैव टेकन 1 and 3, तो उनका आंसर क्या आ गया होगा, 4 प्लस 81 85 आ गया होगा. सबसे कॉमन आंसर यही है लोगों का. Now look at this. It's given that a plus 3b is equal to 10. So I can say a is equal to 10 minus 3b. Yes or no? I can say that. And now putting this value of a in terms of b in the original expression, that is for a square, I am putting a as 10 minus 3b. Here I get the whole square and then I get 9b square. Isn't it? Now if I expand this, what do I get? 4 times 9b square minus 2 3 is 6, 10 is 60, 60b plus 100 plus 9b square. Right? Is that right? Four 9 36 plus 9 is 45b square is what we have. 45b square minus 240b plus 400. Now this is a quadratic expression, and I discussed in one of the algebra classes, I hope all of you were there, if we have a quadratic expression, at which point do we get the minimum value? At which point do we get the minimum value? Anyone? At which point do we get the minimum value? In an expression like this, ax square plus bx plus c, at which point do you get the minimum value? Minus b by 2a, exactly. So at minus b by 2a, you get this is the minima of the function. This is the minima. This is not the minimum value. And we need to put minus b by 2a in the original expression to get the answer. So here, b is minus 240, a is 45. So I get 240 upon 90, 3 8s are 8 upon 3 has to be the value of b here. All right, is that clear? So b has to be equal to 8 by 3. So if b is equal to 8 by 3, the value of a will be equal to 2. These are the values which will be giving the minimum of this expression. Let us put it there. So you get 4 multiplied by 2 square, that is 4 only. 9 multiplied by 64 upon 9. These get cancelled. 16 plus 64 is 80. Our answer is 8080. Clear? Swapnil, differentiation na thoda calculus ka hai, so I avoid using those terms because a lot of people are coming here from humanities background. Moreover, when I took the algebra session once, I derived minus b by 2a without using differentiation. I used algebra. If all of you remember that, do you? Do you guys remember that? You know, I came up with minus b by 2a by using algebra. But those who know what differentiation is, they can anyway differentiate. Engineers and math students basically. Coming to the next question. Find the number of values of x satisfying this. Pratiksha, b's value basically, you know, b here was x. When you compared this to quadratic expression, so whatever we use x over there in this question was b. It's just that. You have to take the negative of the middle term divided by double of the first term. That is what the value of b is. Well, let us solve this one. So it's basically logarithmic expression. X square minus 5x plus y would be equal to, so this 2 goes as the base here, becomes 2 to the power 0. Everyone knows that. We have x square minus 5x plus 5 is equal to 1. Then we have x square minus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. And if we solve this, we'll get x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 4, which will be equal to 0. Now we have x as 1 or 4. So tell me, is this the final step? Is this the final step? Once we have solved this, can we say that this is the final step? And answer is 2. Yeah, my question is, can we say this is the final step and we got our answer? Can we say that? We cannot say this. So those who have just answered by after this, their answer, now this one is correct over here, answer is 2 only, but we need to put the values over here. So we need to put the values. We'll just check them. Base is 2 and we'll check for x as 1 and also for x as 4. And why do we do that? We do that for a very simple reason. And the reason is that log of non-positive numbers does not exist. Log 0 doesn't exist. Log of anything negative doesn't exist. Is that clear? So basically, whenever you get something like this after solving the equation, then you have to put it back and you have to check अगर ये चीज 0 आ गई या negative आ गई तो आंसर नहीं आ पाएगा. All right. So good. I'm really happy that you guys would not be doing this silly mistake. Great. Nice. You know, so logarithmic functions exist only when the domain is positive. Coming to the next question. Find the number of digits in 3 to the power 50. So I'll keep on discussing, the points at which people commit silly mistakes. And that will be very important here. Okay, in case you don't know, here there's one thing which is required. And you know what? People expect that you know these values. Log 3 is 0.4771 and the value of log 2 is 0.3010. So this is something which you need to know. The value of log 5 you can calculate anytime. Okay, so let us assume x is equal to 3 to the power 50. If I take log on both the sides, I get log x is equal to 50 log 3. All right, that is what I get. So log x will be equal to 50 times 0.4771. Now if I calculate, what do I get? All right, 23.855 is what we get. So whatever we get here, whatever the value of log is, just before the decimal point, what do we have? Just before the decimal point, what do we have? We have 23. So whatever we have before the decimal point, just add 1 to it to get the number of digits. 23 plus 1, 24 has to be our answer. Is that clear? Some will just get confused. Yoga world, it's not the nearest integer. No, yoga world, do not go about that. ऐसा नहीं होता. हमेशा +1. This is called as characteristic of log. You know, this thing is called as character. This is called as mantissa. We don't use these terms in CAT because, you know, it sounds kind of very technical. So we just say, just before decimal point, whatever we have, just add 1 to it. All right? That is what we need to do. Coming to the next question. Whenever I'm using terms like yoga world, gate crasher, party pooper, whatever, they are just YouTube profiles. Khushbu didn't know this? Now you know. Ronit just corrected that. You didn't know this, huh? Curious Narrator says Party Pooper is a great name. But what's your real name, Curious Narrator? I'm so curious about, knowing your name. I don't know in how many sessions I have asked, but you have never told me. Who are you? Yeah, this game is coming to my mind because, this is New Year Eve, from Christmas to New Year. There was always parties and there were always party poopers. I think all of us know some people like that. A yoga teacher, oh wow. Well, this one is going to be an easy question, I believe. Very simple question. Mth term is n, all right. Geometric progression is there. So if the common ratio is r and first term is a, I can write a r to the power m minus 1 is equal to m, and similarly a r to the power n minus 1 is equal to, what is it? Okay, it's n and m. Just the opposite. Here we have n, here we have m. This is what we have according to the question. Product of m minus 1 and n plus 1th term. So m minus 1 term, this will be ar to the power m minus 2, and n plus 1th term will be ar to the power n. We need to multiply these two. What do we get? A square r to the power. The powers will be added because bases are same. M plus n minus 2 is what we need to calculate. And by looking at this, if I just multiply them, I get a square. Again, the powers can be added here, and we get m plus n. This is what we get, mn. So left hand side is equal, right hand side has to be equal. Mn has to be our answer. This is an easy question. Coming to the next one. Find m so that the sum of the roots of the equation this may be equal to their product. All right. Sum of roots is minus b by a. So minus 4 by m. Product of roots is c by a. So we have 12m by m, that is 12 only. M and m will get cancelled. So what do we have here? M is equal to minus 1 by 3. A very simple question. Very basic question, I must say. And again, I can see that Pratiksha is not answering any question. Ayan has answered the question. Very good. Cool. Going to the next one. Find the sum of coefficients of the polynomial this. It's a huge polynomial. I'll just rewrite it. 3x minus 1 whole cube multiplied by x minus 3 whole square plus 1 minus 3x raised to the power 6 multiplied by x minus 2 whole square plus x plus 2 whole square multiplied by 1 minus x raised to the power 4. Wow. Sum of the coefficients. Come up with your answers. All right, Pratiksha. So, tell me the answer to this question. Naveen says C, Avigyan says A, Raghav says C. Let's wait for some more answers. Deman, Yoga World, Curious Narrator, everybody is saying C. Okay. And as I can see, the speed of answering is low, then I kind of understand that you guys have somehow, you are trying to expand this. If you're trying to expand this, then nobody can save you. Well, I need to show you something before solving this question. Okay, just look at this. Tell me, what is the value of x plus 1 whole square? It's x square plus 2x plus 1. Everybody knows this. What if I ask, what is sum of coefficients of this expression? You will say, okay, here it is 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 1, you will just say 4 is the answer. That's what you're going to say. So what are you trying to extract from this? 1. From this, 2. From this, 1, and you add them all. This is what you are doing, isn't it? What if the question is like this: x plus 1 raised to the power 4. If you expand this, you get x to the power 4 plus 6x cube plus 4x square, isn't it? Plus 6x plus 1. Now, if I want you to add the coefficients, you will extract 1 from here, 6 from here, 4 from here, 6 from here, and 1 from here. And if you add them all, you will get 15, isn't it? 15 is, it's 15? 17. What is it? 7 plus 4, 11 plus 6, 18. All right. This is what you will get. Okay. Now, look at this. The things which I am extracting are devoid of variables. Can we say that? डिवॉइड ऑफ वेरिएबल्स, क्या मतलब इस बात का कि वेरिएबल्स नहीं है, सिर्फ कांस्टेंट्स हैं. कैन वी से दैट? यस और नो? वी कैन से दैट, राइट? यस, योगा वर्ल्ड, ये मैंने सिखाया भी था, बट एक बार फिर से मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, सो दैट पीपल डू नॉट काइंड ऑफ mess up there. So we are just taking the constants and we're not taking the variables. And the best way to remove any variable is by putting it as equal to 1. Why? Because 1 raised to power anything is 1 only. And 1 multiplied by anything would be that thing only. Do you get that? So 1 raised to the power anything will be 1, and 1 multiplied by anything will be that thing only. So if I put x as 1, I get 1 here, I get 6 here, I get 4 here, I get 6, and I get 1. Isn't it? That is what we get. So instead of wasting a lot of brains and time in this kind of question, this question is very easy. You can solve it within 10 seconds. Just put x as 1. That's it. Nothing else has to be done. If you put x as 1 here, you get 2 cube. Multiplied by 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Square of minus 2 is what you get. 1 minus 3x, that is, how much is it? Minus 2 again, raised to power 6. And then we have 1 minus 2 minus 1 square. Then we have x plus 2, that is 3 square. And then we have 1 minus 6, that is 0 only. 0 is to power 4. That is what we have here. 8 into 4 is 32. This becomes 64 and this becomes 0. So overall we have 96 as the answer. Is that clear? We'll go with C. Is that clear, everyone? So this is an interesting technique for the people who kind of missed my class, or probably who were new, or probably who have forgotten. Whatever it is, this is what we have to, we can do. Moreover, as Ayan said, Ayan, thanks for mentioning that. So whenever you have to, find the constant term, just put x equal to 0. Again, that makes sense, because in any expression, all the expressions were consisting of x's except the last term. Clear? I explained this while teaching you binomial theorem. I hope you remember that. Coming to the next question. Shruti, in all types of questions, you can do this. In all types of questions. Dipanjan did this way only. Yeah, that is the best way actually. All right, try to solve this question. Wait. There is a typo over here. This is not the expression. The expression is this. Fx is equal to 6x square minus 3 whole upon 6x square plus 1. This is the expression. A very simple question this is. Well, tell me the answer directly. The answer is very direct here. As you can see, that this guy and this guy are same and they're always positive, isn't it? They are always positive. And these are the variables. Moreover, these are the constants. We cannot do anything about -3 and +1. What we can minimize is only these two guys, 6x square. So positive or 0 is the only possibility. So if you put x as 0, you will get answer as -3. That is the answer. A very simple question. I just wanted to introduce functions to you so that you get in feel, and then we will start with some questions of functions also. We mix of everything. All right, clear? The major thing is, in this question, we need to understand that only minimization or maximization can be done on the variables, not on the const. They have to be like that only. All right, coming to the next question. Try doing this one. All right. P, Q, and R are three positive integers such that P plus Q plus R is 36, such that P, Q, and R are in AP, while 3P, Q, 4Q, 6, and GP. What's the value of R? Okay. So if these P, Q, R are in AP, what does that mean? That Q is the average. So I can say Q is equal to 12, yes or no? Can we say that? It's in AP, middle term is always the average. So 36 upon 3 is 12, that will be equal to the average, or we can say Q. So I can write P as equal to 12 minus D, where D is the common difference. Q is of course 12 and R is 12 plus T. So once we have done that, our life becomes easy, because now we have only one variable, that is D. The people who are not able to solve this question, they might be missing on one point. They might be trying to solve in, they might be taking three variables, but we don't need to do that. Our main aim is to use only one variable. Is that clear? Those who have got it would be able to answer the question real quick. Is that clear? बहुत लोगों ने गलत कर दिया होगा, कोई बात नहीं. अभी सही हो जाएगा. Now I think you can do it. GP में क्या होता है? The middle term is always geometric mean, so I can write that 4Q is actually equal to square root of product of 3P and 6R, isn't it? Yes or no? We can say that. So let's do it now. We have all the values here, just put in the values and get the answer. So if I put Q as 12, I'll get 48 is equal to square root of 3P, 36 minus 3D is what we get here, multiplied by 6R, 72 plus 60. Is that clear? Tell me now. People who are not able to solve this question, they might be trying with 3 variables. Is that yes or no? ऐसा ही हुआ था. क्यूरियस नेटर तो बोल रहे अच्छा हाँ 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 यही हुआ था. Right? Now I'm assuming that you guys will be able to solve this question. Right? This becomes very easy. Okay, once you have done this, like people might be squaring both the sides and getting some value. But squaring both the sides 48 का square यार इतनी दिक्कतें लाइफ में क्यों लेनी है? किसको अच्छा लगता था कैलकुलेशन करना? मुझे नहीं लगता. So I'll just try to make it smaller. How should I do that? I'll just try to take something common यहाँ से मिल जाए, क्या पता मिल सकता है क्या? Let me try. So if I take 6 common from the first bracket, I get 6 minus d by 2, yes or no? Similarly, if I take 6 common from the second bracket, I get 12 plus d. Wow. So we have 2 6s inside the square root. Aditya, हाँ, that level questions. So we have 2 6s inside the square root. I can take 1 6 common. 1 6 goes here, divides 48, becomes 8. Now we have square root of 6 minus d by 2 multiplied by 12 plus d. All right. अब कुछ लोग बोलेंगे सर आपने 6 निकाल के d by 2 कर दिया, लाइफ मुश्किल कर दी, बट एक्चुअली नहीं गई. ऐसा क्यों सोचा मैंने? मुझे क्यों लगा कि मैं 6 यहाँ से भी कॉमन, लोग बोलेंगे 3 कॉमन निकालना चाहिए था. आइडली, ओके, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. टेल मी समथिंग. A lot of you might have thought that let's take 3 common from the first bracket. यहाँ से 3 और यहाँ से 6. क्या आपने ऐसा सोचा था? बहुत लोग बोलेंगे हाँ. मैंने क्यों सोचा कि मैं 6 यहाँ से कॉमन निकालूं? पहली बात तो कि मेरे को एक 6 बाहर चाहिए था. पॉइंट नंबर 1. पॉइंट नंबर 2, if I took 6 common and I'm left with 12 here, this d by 2 when multiplied by 12 will get 6, will give me 6. And that is how I can cancel out a few things. See, 8 is equal to, if I multiply them, what do I get? 12 6 is 72 plus 6d. 6 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, इन दोनों को फिर माइनस डी बाई 2 से करेंगे. सो आई विल गेट माइनस 60. माइनस डी बाई 2 प्लस मल्टीप्लाई 12 इज माइनस 60. And then I'll get minus d square by 2. See, so how easy my life has become. I need as low variables as possible. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear to everyone? Now, nothing more is left. Squaring both sides, you'll get 64 is equal to 72 minus d square by 2. Which means d square by 2 is equal to 8, or I can say d square is equal to 16, or I can say the value of d is plus 4 or minus 4, whatever we take. The answer would still be same. What is the value of r? 12 plus d, either 8 or 16. Clear? Is that clear, everyone? मुझे किसी ने बताया नहीं कि कितने लोगों ने ये तीनों वेरिएबल यूज़ करके काम करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे और इस कारण से फंस गए थे. ओके, दैट इज द लर्निंग ओवर हियर. नाउ गोइंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. लेट्स ट्राई आउट दिस. Curious narrator, yes, that's right. 8 or 16. Well, what is the answer here? Khushbu, I think that is a typo. 14 by 16 आ गया ना? That is a typo, I believe. Anyways, what is the answer here? Mod of x minus 2 is equal to m, and it is given that x is less than 2. Now, what does that mean? There will be no positive value. The only value, because x is less than 2, will be 2 minus x. Is that right? So 2 minus x is equal to m, and we need to find the value of x minus m. All right. The options in form of m, so we will try to represent x in terms of m. So I will get x is equal to 2 minus m. Is that clear? So we always need to understand that the options are in which form. It's in form of m, that is why I'm assuming x to be in terms of m, so x is eliminated. X minus m will be what? 2 minus m is 2 minus 2m, so we'll go with option C. Clear? Is that clear? Everyone? People on YouTube, people on Facebook? I hope it's clear. Going on to the next question. Okay, this one. Interesting. This is interesting, right? We are touching upon all the aspects of algebra. Well done, Himanshu. Okay. Is this answer you have given for this question or the earlier one? This for the earlier one, right? Is this a difficult question? Okay. So here we have PQ as the roots of a quadratic equation. So I can say that P plus Q is equal to 3 and PQ product is equal to 1. Okay. Once we have established this, we need to go to sixth power. So first of all, okay, sixth power. What is sixth power? What is 6? 6 is 2 multiplied by 3, isn't it? 6 is 2 multiplied by 3. Either I can take a square and then take a cube of it, or I can take cube then take a square of it. You know what? Taking cube is a difficult task, right? So when it is in the simplest form, it's in the form of P plus Q. So I want to take cube right now. Why? Because taking cube is more complex than taking the square. I hope you understand this point very clearly. This is very mathematical. I am repeating it. See, if I take square, then I'll be getting an expression in degree 2, and then I take a cube, which will make calculation a bit complex for me, and I don't want to waste my time. I love my life. Okay, I love my time. So till the time this is a simple expression, I want to do the complex calculation. Is this clear or not? So I'll take cube first and then I'll take the square. Is that understood, guys? Tell me, everyone. This is something which all of us need to understand, what to take and when to take. Clear? So taking the cube, I'll get P cube, all right, plus Q cube plus 3PQ multiplied by P plus Q is equal to 3 cube, that is 27. Which also means that P cube plus Q cube, PQ is 1, P plus Q is 3, I can put it here, 3 into 1 into 3 is how much? 9. So this is equal to 18. Now I can take the square. Okay, taking the square. What do I get? P to the power 6 plus 2 times P cube and Q cube plus Q to the power 6 will be equal to 324. And as we know that PQ is 1, so 2 into 1 cube is also 1, 2 into 1 is 2. Subtracting, sending 2 on the right hand side, I'll get P to the power 6 plus Q to the power 6 is 322. A simple question. And thus the smartness that we showed over here, taking the cube first then the square, would save us a lot of time. C is the correct answer. All right. Good. Going on to the next one. Well, come up with your answers. Is this a difficult question? All right. So, Sahibe Alam thinks the answer is C, that is 4 solutions. Ronit thinks it's 2 solutions. All right. People on YouTube, what do you think? This is the kind of question which makes you think that XAT is more difficult than CAT, isn't it? Very mathematical. Let's try to do that. Okay, sum of infinite GP, if the first term is A, common ratio is R, I can say A upon 1 minus R is equal to 192, isn't it? That's clear to everyone. Similarly, sum of first n terms, this is A into 1 minus R to the power n whole upon 1 minus R. This is given as 189. Okay, these two things are given. What to do now? If I divide this by this, what do I get? I get 1 upon 1 minus R to the power n is equal to 192 upon 189. Is that clear? You know, by dividing the first expression by the second expression, this is what I get. Is that clear, everyone? Khushbu, don't skip, just look at this. I'll make it very simple. I'll make this very simple. Is this clear or not? The division is clear to everyone. Now if I solve it, I'll get 189 is equal to 192 minus 192 times R to the power n, which will be equal to how much? Okay, this will be equal to R to the power n is equal to 3 upon 192. Am I right? Yeah. And if I try to simplify it, I'll get 1 upon 64. R to the power n, I'm getting as 64. And I think a lot of you must have got that. Right? यहाँ तक सबने कर लिया होगा कि R की power n 64, 1 by 64 आ गई. How many rational values are possible for common ratio of this GP? Wow, how many rational values are possible? I'm erasing this, you know. Is this clear, everyone? यहाँ तक clear है सबको? Coming to the next step, so we have got 1 upon 64. Now in how many ways can I write this? How many ways can I write this? This is the value of R to the power n. I can write it as 1 upon raised to power 1. Yeah, no problem in that. I can also write as 1 upon 8 whole square. No problem in that also. I can write 1 by 4 raised to the power 3. Is that right? I can also write it as 1 by 2 raised to the power how much? It's 64, so power 6. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? So I believe a lot of you must have done this. The people who have marked 4 as the answer must have done it. And Ronit, I think you must have forgotten probably two of them. But you know what? 4 is not the answer. I can do one more thing. I can do it as minus 1 by 8 whole square. That is a possibility. And जहाँ भी even powers आ रही हैं, कहाँ आ रही हैं? Even power कहाँ आ रही है? यहाँ पे आ रही है और यहाँ पे भी आ रही है. You can also write as minus 1 by 2 raised to the power 6. So there are 6 different ways to do this. Is that clear, everyone? 6 values are possible. The answer is option A. Sadly, nobody has answered that correct. साहिब आलम, रौनक, नवीन, स्मृति, पंगा हो गया ना इधर। देखा, ध्यान के देने की बात है, जो पावर्स इवन है उनका रेशियो नेगेटिव भी ले सकते हैं, दैट इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी। प्रदीक्षा एग्जैक्टली वही हुआ, बट यू नो व्हाट, हाउ आई थिंक दिस इज द बेस्ट क्वेश्चन अभी तक का आज का। समझ डिफिकल्ट नहीं था, डिफिकल्ट मतलब क्या होता है जो ना हो पाए है ना, जिसका आंसर लोग सही ना करो वही डिफिकल्ट होता है, कुछ और नहीं होता। तो ठीक है, एग्जैक्टली नमन, नेगेटिव वंस पीपल डू नॉट थिंक अबाउट इट। ओ सात्विक गेव ए, सात्विक वेल डन सात्विक, वेरी गुड, सात्विक का आंसर सही आ गया था, ग्रेट। कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, this has got a typo, let's leave it. This one, I think when people write on PowerPoint things get messed up. क्या लिखा है ये? Let me try to understand this. ये स्क्वायर होगा आई थिंक, या दिस इज 1 अपॉन, आई थिंक दिस इज 1 प्लस 1 स्क्वायर प्लस 1 टू द पावर 4, या दिस मेक्स सेंस, प्लस 2 upon 1 plus 2 square plus 2 to the power 4, yeah, this makes perfect sense, and so on till कहाँ तक जा रहा है, till 20 terms. All right, we need to find the sum of the series. Well, let's try this one. So let's try this. This is a beautiful question, right? I just realized today we are actually very fast, isn't it? Because all the concepts are clear, I believe. It's just that we need to solve questions. We are at question number 20. Wow. In less than 100 minutes. ऐसे ही करना है तुम्हें ZAT पे, ऑफ कोर्स इससे तेज़ करना है, क्लास नहीं होगी, जल्दी से करो, अच्छे मार्क्स लेके आओ यार, सब लोग एक्सेल रही जाओ, यू नो, आई विल बी रियली हैप्पी. Nobody has answered that. The questions are becoming difficult, I believe. Curious narrator says it's D. Okay. What is the general term over here? I can write sigma as it is a summation. N is equal to 1 to 20, 1 upon 1 plus n square plus n to the power 4. This is what it is. Okay, so I can write this as, can I break it somehow? Can I break it as partial fractions? Is that possible? Okay, let me do one thing. I can write it as n square plus 1 का अगर whole square कर देता मैं, I would have obtained n to the power 4 plus 2n square plus 1, but here I have only 1 n square. Let us subtract n square from this. Now what do I get? I get 1 upon n, so this is a square minus b square. That means a plus b into a minus b. So I'll get, isn't it? Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. A plus b, so n square plus n plus 1 multiplied by a minus b, a plus b and a minus b. N square minus n plus 1. Is that right, everyone? Is that right? Okay. सबको समझ में आ रहा है? That's perfectly fine. Is this n? Yeah, this is n, not 1. I'll just write as, okay. Now what? Now what to do? कुछ और कर सकते हैं क्या? Okay. Tell me something. What is the gap between these two brackets? What is the difference between these two brackets? What is the difference between these two brackets? It's 2n, right? It's 2n, isn't it? It's 2n. Whenever we have something like this, I can take 2 common, and inside the bracket I'll be having. Is that right? Understood? 1 upon n square minus n plus 1 minus 1 upon n square plus n plus 1. Is that clear, everyone? आप बोलोगे आपने पहले माइनस वाला टर्म क्यों लिया है? क्योंकि ये टर्म बड़ा हो जाएगा. When denominator is large, fraction becomes smaller, and denominator is small, fraction becomes larger. So this minus n, तो ये fraction बड़ा होगा इस fraction से. Is that clear? That is why we can subtract it. Is that clear? The first fraction is greater than the second fraction. All right. Now once we have obtained this, we are good to go. So now the expression becomes summation of n is equal to 1 to 20. Taking 1 by 2 common बाहर निकाल लेते हैं, and we have 1 upon n square minus n plus 1 minus 1 upon n square plus n plus 1, right? Let us put in the values and try to find some pattern. Clear, everyone? People on YouTube, is that clear? Very interesting question this is. Okay, so I am taking 1 by 2 common, and as I put n is equal to 1, what do I get? I'll get 1 by 1 minus 1 by 3. Then I put n as 2. यहाँ 2 put करता हूँ मैं. 4 minus 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So I get plus 1 by 3. यहाँ put कर दूंगा, अगर मैं 2 क्या मिल जाएगा? 4 plus 2, I get 1 by 7. All right. Now I'll put 3. If I put 3 here, 3 square, 9 minus 3 plus 1, I'll get plus 1 by 7. और आगे ऐसे करूँगा, 3 put करूँगा, 9 plus 3, 12 plus 1 is 13. Now when I'm doing this, I'm able to find a pattern. What is the pattern? That the successive terms are getting cancelled. Isn't it? Is that clear, everyone? ठीक है. Naman will come to that also. But let us, I want people to understand the mathematics behind this. This part is clear. So, as I can see that the first term will be remaining and then all the things are getting cancelled. So, what if I go to 20? 20 terms are there. So, 1 upon, if I put 20 here, 400, 401 minus 20 is how much? 381. Is that right? 381 minus, I put 20 over here, 421. This is what we get. Now, as you can see, all these terms will get cancelled. And the second part of when n is 9 will also get cancelled. We are remaining with the first term and the last term only. The first term will not get a negative pair and the last term will not get its positive pair. Cool? And that is how we get the answer. So we'll get 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 minus 1 upon 421. Rest everything you can do. The answer comes out to be how much? $210 by 421. Do we have something like this? 210 by 421. We do not have anything like this, so E will be the answer. Clear? Clear to everyone? E is the answer. अगर ये 1/2 करना भूल गए आप लोग तो पता क्या कर दोगे आप A मार्क कर दोगे. All right. Which step, Khushbu? Third step of the left hand side of the board or the right hand side of the board? Which one are you saying? Got it? People on YouTube? Perfect. Khushbu got it? Okay. Good. Well done. Coming to next question. देखो जो 4 लिखा है that is in power. So this is basically the question is a to the power 4 plus 1 upon a to the power 4 is given as 194. Where a is positive, a is greater than 0. We need to find the value of a cube plus 1 upon a cube is equal to what? It's given that a is greater than 0. A is positive. Okay. Avigyan got D as the answer. Okay. Well, so to solve this question, this is, earlier we solved a question in which where we went from the lower part to higher part. You remember that? P square से लेके हम P की power 6 तक गए थे. If you remember that. In this question, we are going from higher part to the lower part. That is the problem over here. Okay. So in the previous case, we were actually squaring or cubing or doing all those things. Here, we cannot take the square root. It is impossible to take the square root of this. What we can do, but we can do one very simple thing. If I write this as a to the power 4 plus 1 upon a to the power 4, if I add 2 on both the sides, now why am I doing it? Am I doing it because I need a perfect square on the right hand side so that I think I can take the square root. Is that clear, everyone? Now this thing is basically a square plus 1 by a square ka whole square. And this is 14 square. Is that right? Do you get this point? And I'm not taking minus 14 ka square. Why? Because it is given as a is greater than 0. So a cannot be minus 14, it has to be plus 14 only. Well, once I have got that, my life becomes really easy. And now what do we have? We have a square plus 1 by a square is equal to 14. Now what? I need a perfect square. So I'll just add 2 again. So I'll get a square plus 1 by a square plus 2 is equal to 16. 16 is 4 ka square. So I'll get a plus 1 by a whole square is equal to 4 square. Is that right? Is that right, everyone? Now, again, as a is greater than 0, it has to be 4, not minus 4. This thing, a plus 1 by a has to be 4. I'm erasing the slide. If in case you're making the notes, I'm just stepping aside. So a plus 1 by a would actually be equal to 4 here. So let us write that a plus 1 by a is equal to 4. We need the cube. Okay, let's take the cube of it. A cube plus 1 by a cube plus 3 times a into 1 by a multiplied by a plus 1 by a is equal to 64. A get cancelled. A plus 1 by 4 already. 3 4s are 12. So a cube plus 1 by a cube plus 12 is 64, or I can say a cube plus 1 by a cube is 52. D is the correct answer over here. Clear? I think this is how you guys did it. Great. Now what? Let us try to solve the next question. ये क्या लिखा है समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों को? This is basically a square is given as b plus c, b square is given as c plus a, and c square is given as a plus b. This is what is given, and we have to find the value of 1 by a plus 1, it's in denominator, plus 1 by b plus 1 plus 1 by c plus 1. What is this? So this is the question. This is a very beautiful question, I must say. Very beautiful. रोनित ने बोल दिया पहले ही कि आंसर 1 होगा. क्यों रोनित, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर 1 ही होता है? ऐसा कुछ है क्या? क्यूरेसिनेटर, हाँ 3 बजे से फिर से क्लास है डीआई की. वेल, कैसे करें इसको? देखो अब इसे कैसे करना है. What we need to find and what do we have? This is the basic motto of life, not just maths. What do we have and what we have to find? We have these things. We need to find something which has a plus 1, b plus 1, c plus 1. How to do that? Well, what if I add a here? I'll get a square plus a is equal to a plus b plus c. Now why I did this? Because I can take a common and I will be having a plus 1. Is that right? Got it, everyone? Got it? So if I take a common, so I'll get a into a plus 1 is equal to a plus b plus c. Now I think my life will be better. But this is what I always wanted. So I'll just write 1 upon a plus 1 cross multiplying. I'll get, it goes here, a upon a plus b plus c. Can we say that? Now, if I did this, I added a to the first expression, I can similarly add b to second expression, isn't it? And get something like, in the similar fashion, 1 upon b plus 1 is equal to b upon a plus b plus c. Is that understandable, everyone? A lot of people do not know this thing, or probably they have forgotten, but now is it clear, everyone? Cool. And similarly, if I add c in the last one, in the similar fashion, I'll get, I'll get what? I'll get the same thing again, something like this. 1 by c plus 1 is equal to c upon a plus b plus c. Wow. We need to add these three guys in the block. So the right hand side, all the denominators are same, a plus b plus c. No problem here. And in the numerator, we'll get the same thing. The answer will be 1. It will be cancelled, and I'll get 1 as the answer. Clear? Raghav, it's a cyclic expression, right? Just put anything over there. You can also put a, b and c equal to 2 each, so that you get 4 as the sum, and that is a square root, a perfect square root. But you know what, because we have the options over here, in case you don't have the option, do not try to do this mistake. Because if you remember, in one of the algebra classes for CAT, something like this was there. They were asking, find the sum of all the values of k. In that case, a lot of people put 1 as the answer, but the answer was wrong, because there were two values coming out, 1 and minus 1 by 2. Do you remember that? Here we have the options, so we can use this concept of cyclic expression. But when we do not have something like that, and the question asks about something more, find the sum of all the possible values, something like that, in that case, we should not be doing that. Raghu, remember that? Very good. Okay. So now coming to the next question. No calculator in XAT. Well, simple question but very beautiful. PQR less than positive less than 100. x minus 1 divides completely. What does that mean? That 1 is a root, isn't it? 1 has to be a root. If I put x as 1 over here, I get p plus q plus r is equal to 0. Is that right? It's given that p, q, r are distinct positive integers. If you add 3 distinct positive integers, the result can never be 0. That means no such values exist. So option A, 0 values. 0 possibilities here. Right? Okay. Coming to the last question for today. This is the last question, question number 24. Try solving this one. I'll just rewrite. This is basically log 3 base 2 is equal to x. You need to find log 324 base 8. Lot of manipulation in this question, isn't it? Just need to manipulate certain things and we'll get the answer. Three है, यहाँ 2 है, 2 का cube है. So all the game is in 3 and 2 only. Okay. 324 देखते दिमाग में क्या आता है? मेरे दिमाग में आता है 18 का स्क्वायर. तो मैं इसे 18 का स्क्वायर लिखना चाहूँगा and I'll write 2 log 18 base 8. Is that fine with everyone? That's fine. I can also see that 8 is cube of 2. And just to make it simpler, in log 2 or log 3, that's what my aim is. So I can write this as power goes out 2 by 3, isn't it? This becomes 2 by 3 log 18 base 2. Is that fine? Similarly, 2 by 3 log base 2. 18 kya hai? What is 18? It's 9 into 2. So 2 into 3 square is what we can write it as. Moreover, log AB can be broken down as log A plus log B. Everyone knows that. 2 by 3 log base 2, putting a bracket here, plus 2 log 3 base 2. Is that fine? No problem here. And log 3 base 2 is given as x. Let us put it over there. So 2 by 3, this becomes 1. And this is x, so this becomes 2x. 2 by 3 into 1 plus 2x. Option B satisfies the equation. Clear? Is this clear, everyone? So, yeah. So here, I would like to end the session. We have touched upon all the aspects of algebra and hope the best for you for algebra. Tomorrow I'll be taking arithmetic session. And also, you know, kind of, just tell me in the comments the mix of questions, the blend of questions, how to like it, to learn something new, or the concepts just got revised, or there's some take back, some take home things with you. So just tell me in the comments so that, you know, I also get to know what you understand and what you do not. And I'll try to make a blend of more questions in the next session. I mean, a session on grammar would not be there, but of course there'll be decision making and all that stuff. Right, thanks Pratiksha for saying that. I hope you kind of revised the concepts and took something new also. Thanks, Gaurav. I don't know who curious narrator is. He just mentions something and never tells me who he or she is. But thanks for the feedback. Ayan, I think Mr. Indrajit Singh has posted the timetable. Just look at that once. Asha Mahajan, yes, these questions are were of that level. Tomorrow you'll be having an arithmetic session. After that, you'll be having geometry and then PNC and probability. At 3 p.m. today, you will be having one DI session. So be prepared for that. Eat some food, be energetic, and come on. All right then. Take care. Bye bye.